Hey everyone, Moms Against Medical Bullying. It's such a beautiful day today, and the weather is changing, the seasons are transitioning, but I just wanted to talk about the word privilege. That word has been being thrown around a lot lately. White privilege, mask privilege. But I want to talk specifically about this whole thing about mask privilege. People say those who don't wear a mask feel privileged. Well, you know what? I'm here to tell you that I am privileged. I am. So the word privilege is a noun. A privilege. I am a person who has privilege. Privilege. Privy. You ever heard of a privy where people pooping? Privilege. A special right, advantage, or immunity granted, available only to a particular person or group. Let's see. What else do we have here about the word privilege? I think that's good enough. Old French from Latin, privilegium, bill or law affecting an individual. So, okay. Yeah, let's stick with that first definition. A special right or advantage to a person or a group. So I have privilege. What is my privilege based upon? It's based upon the Constitution for the United States, of which I am a beneficiary of the contract. So that is where my privilege comes from. And who is the group that receives this privilege? Well, the group who takes, their constitutional protected liberties and rights and practices those rights, stands up for those rights in a timely manner. Carl Miller, he has videos on YouTube called Know Your Constitution. And he says, if you don't know your rights, you don't have any rights. If you don't know your privilege, you don't have any privilege. So the people out there saying, oh, you think you're privileged, that's a victim mentality. They're saying, I'm a slave. I don't know that I'm privileged, that I have privilege. So I'm jealous of you because you're actually, engaging with your privilege that's been given to you because you're a beneficiary of the contract of the Constitution for the United States. So, don't hate, right? Don't hate. I have privilege. So do you. But the difference is you don't want to engage with that privilege. You want to be a slave and you want to listen to your slave masters tell you to cover your nose and your mouth, the things which God gave you to breathe deeply. And then you want to believe everything your slave masters tell you, even though probably more than half the things that we're told are half-truths and full of deception. So because you want to believe, that means you're saying, I believe, I choose to be a slave, in Egypt, because I don't want to take the privilege that's been given to me. Also, like something I feel that the Holy Spirit told me was that you don't change Egypt. You don't change Egypt. You don't change the slave mentality. You leave it. You leave it. So I'm sure there's more to that than my understanding has right now. But yeah, I just wanted to say that about privilege. I have privilege, and I'm going to exercise that privilege. I'm going to exercise it. And I'm not covering my nose and my mouth because, one, that's government overreach. My body, this is my body, and I choose to breathe without a mask on. Two, I am not a biological weapon, as they would want me to believe. Three, I'm not a threat to society. And everyone out there wearing a mask, especially while you're driving, concealing your identity, you're engaging with the threat to society. You're supporting the degradation of the fabric of our society. You're supporting child trafficking. When you wear a mask, you say, I support child trafficking, I support criminals, I support identity theft. Like, you support everything that is wicked when you wear that mask. That's my opinion. And I'm sure people out there would say the opposite. They would tell me that since I'm not wearing a mask, and they would call me all kinds of wicked things probably. But hey, to each their own, right? I have a privilege.